Okay guys, welcome back to another trade review with me, Oscar. This is a series where I review all of my trades. It's been a while since the last review, and to be honest, I've been lacking not both discipline and I don't know. I'm just been lacking to put in the effort, so to say. But I figured it's better late than never to start over and to review my trades. So we have around 10 to 12 trades and tickers to review that I made since my last video. Um, and today I'm gonna start off by PIXY, which I made on the 9th of Mars. And to get a better understanding of my entries and exits, uh, we have to do some history, go back in history, so I can explain what made me think that this was an appropriate approach to this kind of move. And as you can see here, these are the simulated trades, but here are the quote-unquote original trades on the paper trade. But let's get into the history. So as I said, this was on the 9th of Mars. We're gonna start off by looking at the 7th of Mars to get a better understanding. So on the 7th we had Ogen have this big spike, this massive move within the morning, and there was also some sympathy plays following. Not as strong, but we had HTGM and um, SSAN as well. Uh, there might not have been sympathy plays, but they did very similar runs. So here, so this was actually a breakout that I missed. So this could also have been a very good long, potentially. So we had some runners that day, but Ogen was the main runner that influenced me of the background to the trade on PIXY and why I played it so careful. So a big morning spiker to say, and that hit resistance and then just died off. And then on the 8th, day before PIXY, we had Jogex that made also a big run. Not as spiky right away, but eventually did a big, I don't know if you can call it squeeze maybe, but it did a supernova, uh, and then just died off and bounced somewhat. So now you get a better understanding of how the market environment was at this time. So then let's get into how and why I played it the way I did. So I wanted to see, okay, is there somewhat of a technical indication on the bigger picture? So the first indicator that I want to see, okay, I went back and I looked at this day actually to see where the main resistance were, and it was like somewhere around 5-ish and 510, which is very understanding since 5 is a very key psychological number. So I wanted to break 5, which it did on the straight up spike, but as it got to this consolidation area, I hesitated to buy due to the fact that we had spikes like Ogen that just went straight up, and then as they got red, eventually just died. So for sure they went red for some time and then got back, but not for the main part. So that's my main thinking as I see this play, if I remember it correctly. So it ended up consolidating, and then it got up, bounced, looked like a failed bounce, but then as I saw that it got just bottom below, I eventually even chased down here. I saw it kind of playing out in my head and thinking, oh no, it's gonna make a higher low and then it bounce off, and that was exactly what it did. But That's a main lesson right there. Wait for the bottom to be in rather than chasing. So both a good trade and somewhat of a mistaken trade. Playing it in advanced of the price action. So for the next time, rather wait to see the bottom, to see the true solid bottom. But then, as what made me play it so safe, I eventually only took, let's see, 10% or something like that, or even less. No, exactly 10%. So that's good. What made me take this 10% was due to the fact that I didn't want to be within of one of these quote unquote major pullbacks, as you tend to see with breakouts or even stocks that are spiking or having this ramping action. You see them have the first one or two smaller pullbacks, and then generally you see a major pullback. And I didn't want to be in one of those due to the fact that the market environment was so, or even is so unstable that if I were in a major pullback, it could easily have been something like OGen. So if I would have stuck around and I wouldn't have been comfortable holding through a major pullback, because if the major pullback would have been similar to OGen's major pullback, then it would have been a waste trade. So I played it extra safe and took my 10% and hitting singles. So that's it. Thank you very much for this video, or for watching my video. And simply you learned something. I hope so. I learned to wait for the pattern to play out and play it extra careful as the market environment is shaky.